Hi, Jeff with Foundation Repair Academy again. We have talked in the past in some of my previous posts about footer drains, and we never really talked about it in detail. And I thought this video post would be good to do that because it does relate to foundation settlement and issues that go on with the foundation. So, what is a footer drain? Well, a footer drain is a perforated pipe, and you can see that here on the lower left, that round white circle about a perforated pipe. That's a perforated pipe that is filtering water through rock as it comes down through the soil and ends up next to the footer, which is this bottom rectangular horizontal piece of concrete, and then the foundation wall itself, which is the vertical foundation wall there. And its job is to collect water and discharge it out away from the foundation. Well, you don't always get an operating footer drain. That's what happens is you get a footer drain that clogs. And when that clogs, that's what allows the water to sit in the soil and push on the foundation wall, which ultimately can often lead to bowing walls. That's one of the problems I've written many posts and done many posts on that. So that's what you want to do, is get water away from the foundation, and that's the job of the footer drain. If it does not do its work, what ends up happening is water gets up underneath this bottom horizontal slab, gets up through where it says caulking, the arrow that goes to caulking. It gets up through there and up underneath the basement slab and can cause water in the basement as well. So you can see the footer drain is important. Here's another. Here is another drawing about the footer drain. This has got two. This has got a shallow surface drain, which is collecting water from the gutters, and then that's discharging it. At least what most engineers will say is to move the water at least 10 feet away from the foundation or the house, and then the lower perforated pipe that you can see there. Now, this is not to scale because that looks like that foundation wall is just a little upside down T and very short. So that would not be a typical basement or crawl space foundation wall. Those walls would be at least 3 to 4 foot tall. And if there's a basement, of course, it will be 8 foot deep underground. So that's version number 2 of a drain that is a footer drain. Now, let's take a look. I have done many posts about what it really looks like when they do it. And so this one is what they're doing as they're installing on a brand new house. So this is down at the footer, which means this is underground about 6 feet after the soil's been put back up on the foundation wall, if that brick is a foundation wall. This may, however, be a slab on grade house, in which case that would just be barely underground, so it would be a shallow footer drain, but its job is the same, and that is to collect water, to keep water from getting into the house. Now, this is different than a French drain because a French drain is a shallow surface drain just used to control water, and that would be looking something like this next one. Let's just go to that. And here is a French drain that is got the black perforated pipe down the middle. It's got a plastic liner underneath to keep the water from going past it, to encourage the water to go right into the black pipe. And then, of course, rock would be put over the top so that it looks like a dry creek bed. Now, this is collecting water at the house and discharging it away from the house. That is exactly what you want. Now, a French drain is probably going to look something like this diagram here, where that's a schematic for how it works, with a little bit of rock underneath it, then the perforated pipe and rock on top, and you can even have grass on top. But a shallow French drain will be the subject of another post that we will be doing here next. So I hope this is helpful. If you have learned something from this, or it's helped you in your project, please subscribe or comment or join foundationrepairacademy.com. Thanks for watching.